You just don't get it. None of that crap actually happened the way your textbook says.
Actually, it did. I just showed you the primary source.
Please, should have known you pulled a race card. Typical.
Say that again?
You're only saying it because, it's your people.
Man, chill.
My people? You mean the ones who built this country while yours were busy writing excuses?
Whoa, guys.
Stay where I'm disrespectful.
A rich suburban teen slammed his fist on a marble counter, blocked a black girl's path, and shouted in her face while 3 other kids laughed and filmed. He thought she was weak. He thought she would cry. He thought she was just a quiet honor student, with no one to back her up. But what he didn't know is that the girl he was trying to scare was the daughter of one of the most powerful intelligence officers in the country, a woman feared by people far tougher than him. And when the truth came out, this entire neighborhood, this entire school, and this boy's whole future would be turned upside down in a single night. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss stories like this. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Back up, Ariel Grant said quietly. But Cole Haskins didn't move. The boy stood tall, red-faced, jaw tight. His friends snickered behind him, their phones out, recording like it was comedy night. You think you can talk to me like that? Cole barked. In my house. He stepped closer. Ariel didn't flinch. The basement lights buzzed overhead. The giant flat-screen TV cast long shadows behind Cole, making him look even bigger, even meaner. A foosball table rattled in the corner where kids had stopped playing. Nobody stepped in. Nobody told him to chill. The tension was so sharp you could cut it. Man, she's acting like she's important or something, Cole's friend Braden muttered from behind the camera. Cole smirked. You're lucky we even let you in here, he said. Don't forget that. Ariel's eyes narrowed. A hush fell, and the video kept rolling. Ariel Grant was 16, slim, dressed in a simple gray hoodie with a faded college logo on the front. Her braids were pulled back neatly, gold cuffs catching the basement light. She looked like any other quiet honor student. Books in her bag, planner always filled, teachers praising her. She looked ordinary. But she wasn't. Her mother, Commander Leora Grant, was one of the highest-ranking intelligence officers in the U.S. government. A woman who had run missions overseas, protected diplomats, and carried secrets that could topple nations. Ariel never bragged about it. She didn't have to. She lived her life low and simple, acting like a regular kid in Cedar Ridge. But that night in the basement, as Cole towered over her, she knew something deep. She didn't need to be loud to be strong. Her father once told her, quiet people hold storms in their chest. And storms always move mountains. Ariel inhaled slowly. She would not break. Answer me, Cole snapped. He slammed his fist again on the granite counter, hard enough to echo off the walls. Ariel didn't blink. Cole leaned in, eyes burning with frustration and something uglier. You always gotta act smarter than everyone. Always gotta correct people. Nobody asked you. We were working on a group project, Ariel said calmly. Your facts were wrong. I corrected them. That's how school works. Braden laughed. Nah, that's how you people act. A few kids shifted uncomfortably but said nothing. Ariel felt heat rise in her chest, not from fear, but from the weight of 1,000 moments like this. Moments where she had been talked down to, dismissed, or treated like she didn't belong. She thought of teachers who assumed she was lost, kids who asked if she was in the wrong class, adults who looked at her in stores like she was out of place. Cole dragged a hand through his hair. You don't get to correct me. You don't get to talk to me like you're better. I never said I was better, Ariel replied. I said you were wrong. The room erupted in snickers. Cole stepped even closer, too close. You need to learn your place, he growled. Ariel held her ground. Move. No, Cole said. Not until you apologize. For what? She asked. For acting like you belong here. Gasps filled the basement. Braden zoomed the camera in, whispering, This is gold. The insult stung, not because it was new but because it was old. Too old. A story as old as the country itself. But Ariel didn't drop her eyes. Her heartbeat stayed steady. She had learned from her mother. Power isn't volume. Power is knowing you don't need to run. Ariel reached into her backpack. Not fast, not dramatic, just calmly. Cole flinched like she was pulling something dangerous. What are you doing? He snapped, stepping back. Ariel slowly slid out her phone. One message. One contact. Nothing else. Cole scoffed. Oh please, who are you gonna call? Your little friends? Your mom going to yell at me? The others chuckled. Ariel didn't break eye contact. She pressed send. The message was simple. Come get me. Across Cedar Ridge, in a quiet home filled with books, files, and framed medals, Commander Leora Grant read the message, stood up silently, picked up her coat, and walked out the door. She made one call. Not to the police. To someone higher. Much higher. Back in the basement, the kids were still laughing when the entire mood shifted. Ariel's phone buzzed once. A text from her mother. 5 minutes. Step aside from him. Ariel took a single step back. Cole's eyes narrowed. What are you doing? Ariel didn't respond. Because she didn't need to. The doorbell upstairs rang so hard it shook the walls. Cole jumped. Brayden lowered the camera. Did your parents order food? Cole swallowed. No. Then. Heavy footsteps. Firm. Controlled. Purposeful. Not the kind of steps a parent makes. More like soldiers. The basement door flung open. Commander Leora Grant stepped in first, tall, poised, dressed in black slacks and a navy coat, her ID badge clipped to her pocket. Her eyes were sharp, observant, scanning the room like she was entering a battlefield. Behind her came 2 government security officers in plain suits. Every teenager froze. Cole's face went pale. Which one? Commander Grant asked calmly. Ariel pointed. I see, Leora said softly. She stepped toward Cole, not fast, not threatening, just steady. Her presence alone filled the room with a pressure so heavy it made Cole step backward without realizing it. You intimidated my daughter? She asked quietly. Cole stuttered. I didn't, it was a misunderstanding. She asked you to move. You refused. And you tried to corner her. We were just joking. Commander Grant tilted her head. Does this room look like anyone is laughing now? Brayden hid his phone behind his back. The 2 officers calmly reached out. Hand it over, one said. Brayden obeyed instantly. Commander Grant looked around the room, then at her daughter. Are you hurt? She asked. No, Ariel said. Did you break? No. Good. Come stand by me. Ariel walked to her mother's side. For the first time, the kid saw she wasn't small at all. She just didn't need to be big until the moment demanded it. Commander Grant spoke softly to the room. My daughter will never be unwelcome in any space. Not yours. Not anyone's. Cole's father, Mr. Haskins, rushed down the stairs, then red-faced, breathless, confused. What is going on? Who are you people? Commander Grant showed her badge, only for half a second. Mr. Haskins' jaw dropped. Sir, the second officer said, you may want to sit. Cole watched his father crumble into a chair, his face turning ash gray. The entire basement felt like it tilted. Ariel finally breathed out. Not from fear, from release. Commander Grant turned to Cole. Strength is not measured by who you scare, she said quietly. It is measured by who you protect. She held his gaze for a moment. Cole looked away first. Ariel watched him shrink, not from shame being forced on him, but from the truth finally catching him. A private video meant to shame a black girl didn't stay private for long. By sunrise, the entire school had seen it. By lunchtime, parents were pulling their kids out of class. And by the end of the day, the boy who tried to intimidate Ariel Grant was facing the kind of consequences that even rich parents couldn't buy their way out of. Because when the world learned who her mother was, the town of Cedar Ridge learned something else too. There are some people you should never underestimate. Cedar Ridge High was a storm the next morning. Students crowded the hallways, whispering, pulling out phones, replaying the same 18-second clip again and again. Cole stepping into Ariel's space. Ariel standing still. The fist on the counter. The mocking comments. The sudden fear in Cole's eyes when the doorbell rang. Everyone had questions. Did Cole really threaten her? Who was that woman who came in? Is Ariel, connected to the government? Did the agents take the phones? Is Cole going to jail? Teachers tried to stop the gossip, but it was too late. The school had never seen anything like this. Ariel walked through the halls quietly, wearing the same gray hoodie, her braids tied back neatly, face unreadable. She didn't act famous. She didn't act scared. She didn't act angry. She moved like someone who had walked through storms before. Her calmness made people move out of her way, not out of fear but out of respect that had grown overnight. Kids who once ignored her now whispered as she passed. That's her. Dude, she didn't even flinch. I would have cried. She's kind of a hero. Ariel didn't feel like a hero. She just felt tired. All she wanted was to do her work, finish the project, and go home. But she also knew something deeper. Yesterday wasn't just a basement argument. It was a mirror held up to the town. And people didn't always like what they saw. By second period, the video had reached adults. Some parents were furious, but not at Cole. They were angry that Ariel had brought trouble. They were angry that government people were in their neighborhood. They were angry that their perfect community now looked ugly. Mrs. Harlan, a wealthy parent from the HOA board, stormed into the school office demanding a meeting. "This whole thing is being blown out of proportion," she snapped. "Cole is a good boy. He didn't mean anything by it." The principal, Mr. Darden, wiped sweat from his brow. "Ma'am, the video is very clear." "Kids fight," she shouted. "Why is everyone acting like it's a crime?" Her voice carried down the hall. Students heard every word. Ariel, who was walking past the office door, paused. She didn't stare. She didn't confront her. She simply listened. Because this wasn't about her. Not really. This was about something bigger. People like Cole believed they could act a certain way without consequences. People like Mrs. Harlan believed they could defend it. And people like Ariel were expected to take it quietly. Not today. Third period. The intercom crackled. "Would Ariel Grant please report to the main office?" And, Cole Haskins as well? The school went silent. When Ariel entered the office, she wasn't expecting what she saw. Her mother was sitting calmly in the corner, a closed folder in her lap, speaking softly to the principal. She looked nothing like the fierce commander from the night before. She looked peaceful, controlled, precise. Cole and his father sat across from them. Cole had the look of someone who had not slept. His father looked worse. The principal cleared his throat. "We're here to discuss yesterday's incident." Mr. Haskins spoke first. His voice cracked. "I want to apologize to Ariel and to Mrs. Grant. My son made a terrible mistake and we take responsibility." Cole's eyes were red. He stared at the floor. Ariel said nothing. She waited. Commander Grant closed her folder quietly. "There is something you should know," she said to the principal. "What happened last night was not recorded on just one phone. There were several devices in the room." Cole flinched. "My team recovered every copy," she said. "Every one except the video that leaked before we arrived." The principal swallowed. "So, the version online," he began. Commander Grant nodded. "Still exists, and it will continue to exist. There is nothing that can be done to remove it." Cole's father sank back in his chair. The flip had finally landed. The principal took a deep breath. Given the nature of the incident, the aggression, the intimidation, and the fact that the school code of conduct was clearly violated, Cole looked up, eyes wide. "The district has decided to suspend you for 2 weeks, and you will be removed from the leadership committee and the varsity sports roster for the remainder of the semester." Cole gasped. "That ruins my scholarship chances." Mr. Haskins put his head in his hands. Commander Grant watched silently. She didn't smile. She didn't gloat. She simply said, "Actions have consequences. My daughter stood alone in a room where she should have been safe." Cole swallowed hard. I'm sorry," he whispered. Ariel finally spoke. "You weren't just angry. You tried to scare me because you thought no one would care." Cole's eyes filled. "I was wrong," he said quietly. "Yes," Ariel replied. "You were." When Ariel and her mother walked out of the office, the hallways were buzzing again. Some kids stared. Some nodded with respect. One girl ran up to her. "My little brother, he saw the video," she said softly. "He said he wants to be brave like you." Ariel didn't know what to say. She wasn't trying to be brave. She was just tired of shrinking for people who pushed. Her mother placed a hand on her shoulder. "Storms don't choose where they form," she whispered. "But they always clear the air." For the first time since last night, Ariel smiled. As they walked toward the exit, Ariel stopped, turned to her mother, and asked quietly, "Do you think people will change after this?" Commander Grant looked at her daughter with calm, steady eyes. "Some will," she said. "Some won't." She put a gentle hand beneath Ariel's chin. "But you? You changed everything." If you enjoyed this story, make sure you subscribe and tell us in the comments. What would you have done if you were in Ariel's place? Your answer might appear in our next video.